It was pouring outside, thick, merciless sheets of rain, and I sat by the window, staring at the drenched world beyond. Our backyard was massive, with 2 tall maple trees standing like silent guards. Their green leaves shimmered in the rain, and to me, they looked like they were dancing, overjoyed with the downpour. A telephone pole stood across from our apartment window, soaked and unmoved. I knew, of course, that a lifeless pole couldn't feel happiness. But Melissa, who was feeling all sorts of emotions, imagined that everything around me was humming with joy, except me. The summer had passed without a drop of rain, and people had started praying in churches, lighting candles, hoping for a sign from the skies. And finally, one day, the clouds gathered like dark secrets ready to spill, and the rain came crashing down. But I wasn't thrilled about it. My life felt like a dry desert. 2 years ago, I had fallen in love with a guy. His name was Jason, but it was a one-way street. Jason never even noticed me. Not the way I noticed him. I mean, how could he? He was the golden boy. Tall, charming, everyone loved him. And I was just me. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was raining just like today. I'd stepped out of the house wearing just shorts and a tank top, barefoot in the backyard. There were mangoes in a bucket from the farmer's market, juicy and ripe. I sat alone, slurping one, letting the juice run down my arms when I suddenly heard loud giggles and playful screams. I looked over the fence into the neighbor's yard. 2 boys were out in the rain, shirtless, laughing and dancing like wild things. I froze, half embarrassed, half curious. The boy next door, Jason, he was one of them. He was wearing a thin white tee that clung to his skin and light gray sweatpants that were now dark from the rain. And honestly, he looked like something out of a teen drama. I don't know what got into me that day, but I couldn't look away. I'd never seen him like that. I'd never really seen him before. But now, in the rain, glowing with youth and energy, I swear my heart was doing backflips. For a few minutes, I became a poet in my own mind. I imagined verses and old love songs playing in my head. His wet shirt outlined his torso like he had walked, straight out of a movie scene. My face felt warm, and I knew it wasn't because of the rain. Jason was probably around 20 then, and clearly had no idea someone like me even existed. I watched him and his friend for a while, pretending I wasn't watching at all. After that day, I couldn't stop thinking about him. I fantasized, wrote imaginary conversations in my head, and stayed up at night just to peek out the window, hoping to catch a glimpse of him. But nothing happened. I never had the courage to talk to him, and I didn't even know if he had noticed me that day or felt what I felt. Weeks went by like that. Me, stuck in this one-sided obsession. Then one day, fate did something unexpected. Jason was pulling out of his driveway in his dad's car. I was walking down the street with groceries, soaked in rain, when our eyes met. I instinctively raised my hand. He hesitated, but stopped the car. My heart slammed in my chest. Every girl dreams of this moment, when her crush actually stops for her. But when it really happens, it's terrifying. He rolled down the window, and for the first time, I heard his voice up close.
"Hey, can I give you a ride? You're soaked."
His voice was warm, but I was trembling. "Only if it's not a bother."
"Not at all. Hop in."
I got in, soaking the seat, feeling like I was ruining the car.
"You live nearby?"
"Yeah. Right next to your house, actually," I said carefully. "I've seen you before."
"Oh, really? When?"
My cheeks flushed. "That day it was raining. You were out in the yard with your friend. I was, eating mangoes." Jason chuckled.
"Oh God, you saw us dancing like idiots in the rain?"
Yep, I smiled. It wasn't idiotic. It was kind of beautiful. The silence that followed was thick and awkward, but not in a bad way, just charged. Then he looked at me, really looked. His eyes flicked down for a split second, and something shifted. He pulled over on a quiet side street, looked at me and said nothing, and then he kissed me. I didn't stop him. I didn't even flinch. For a few seconds, I forgot the world. It was like a dream, until guilt crept into his eyes. He pulled away, suddenly serious.
I'm sorry, that was way too much.
No, it's okay, I whispered.
Where should I drop you?
I gave him the name of a nearby cafe, but when we pulled up, he froze. The place looked sketchy, the kind of place you avoid after dark.
You work here?
He asked, eyebrows raised. No. I just needed to stop by, I said, stepping out. He didn't know the truth. That place? It was a known hangout for girls like me who danced on stages for cash. I wasn't a full-time stripper, but I wasn't some innocent girl next door either. I turned to him before closing the door and gave him a flirty smile, painting my lips with the red lipstick I always carried. Come by sometime, I said, trying to sound bold. I'm usually here in the evenings. He looked stunned, silent. And I knew in that moment, he saw me differently now. Not as the quiet girl eating mangoes, not as the mysterious neighbor, but as someone he couldn't quite figure out. As I walked away, I felt like a stranger to myself, like a version of me he didn't expect, and maybe never wanted. I went home that evening, the rain still pouring. Jason, he never spoke to me again. But sometimes I think back to that kiss, that second when the world stopped, and I wonder if he still remembers the taste of rain on my lips.